Have you ever felt like time's playing hide and seek with you? One moment you're sipping coffee, and the next minute you're wondering where the day went. Back in Jesus' time, the fastest you could travel was with a swift horse, and you could gallop all night maybe. But jump forward to the 1830s, and suddenly we've got trains outpacing horses. Yet, here we are with more tech, more convenience, and less time on our hands than ever before. It's funny, right? Hi, I'm Michael Pate, Christian author and speaker. Over the last 8 years, I've written over 400 Bible studies and devotionals. My new devotional book, Grounded and Grateful, is a great way to start out your 2025. You can get your copy on Amazon by clicking on the QR code you see on the screen, or you will find a link in the description below. Time is a sneaky way of slipping through our fingers. Every single one of us has the same 86,400 seconds in a day, 1,440 minutes a day, 24 hours in a day, and 168 hours in a week. But here's the big question. What are you doing with them? Are you making them count? James 4:14 says, "What is your life? You are a mist that appears for a little while and then vanishes." That's a humbling thought, isn't it? From the moment we take our first breath, the countdown begins. Which leads me to my first point, life's little stopwatch. Picture this. If you live to be 70 years old, a huge chunk of that time is spent sleeping, eating, working, and yes, sitting in traffic. When you break it down, you're left with maybe 30 years to really live. That's not much, is it? So here's the thing. Are you living or are you just existing? Psalms 90:12 says, "Teach us to number our days, that we may gain a heart of wisdom." The Bible calls us to be intentional with our time, not just marking days off a calendar, but asking, how can I use today for God's glory? Rich or poor, time treats us all the same. No one can buy more hours or create new minutes. It's the ultimate equalizer. So how are you spending it? Are you pouring time into relationships, helping others, or drawing closer to God? Second point, time's ticking. Make it count. Time can be your best friend, or it can be your worst enemy. It's like a ticking time bomb that we're constantly trying to defuse, juggling work, family, and hobbies, church, and even more. But it's not just about cramming it all in. It's about the quality of those moments. Ephesians 5:15 and 16 remind us, be very careful then how you live, not as unwise, but as wise, making the most of every opportunity, because the days are evil. Think about it. Are you investing your moments wisely? Are you spending time on the things that matter? Like a quote I once heard, it's the life in your days that counts. Take stock of your days. Do you have a plan, or are you just drifting? God calls us to live intentionally, to be the salt and light, to love and to serve and to live with purpose. And my final point, think about the eternal perspective. Now here's where it gets real. Time on earth is finite, but eternity is infinite. The decisions we make today ripple into forever. Colossians 4:5 challenges us to be wise in the way you act toward outsiders. Make the most of every opportunity. When you look back on your life, will you see a legacy of love, faith, and impact? Or is it going to be a blur of missed opportunities? The good news is, it's never too late to reset your priorities. Start small. Spend time in prayer. Encourage someone or volunteer somewhere in your community. In closing, I want you to ask yourself this. What's my next step? Time is a gift, a precious, irreplaceable gift straight from God. But here's the catch. Once it's spent, it's gone. There are no do-overs, no refunds, no pause buttons. So I challenge you today, take a hard look at your life. Are you spending your time on what really matters? Are you building a legacy of love, faith, and service that will outlast you? Remember, our time on earth may be short, but how we use it has an eternal impact. Psalms 39:4 says, "Show me, Lord, my life's end and the number of my days. Let me know how fleeting my life is." This isn't meant to scare us. It's meant to motivate us. God is calling you to live with purpose, passion, and urgency. Don't wait for someday. Someday isn't promised. Today is the day to love deeply, give generously, and live boldly for Christ. Your time is now. Look, here's the best part. You're not in this alone. God is with you every step of the way, and He's guiding you, strengthening you, and cheering you on. Before you go, take a moment to comment, like, and subscribe. Seriously, it makes such a big difference. And don't forget to hit that bell so you'll get notifications every time we post new videos. If this message hit home for you, I got another video I think you would love. Check this one out right here. I'll see you back here next week on Monday Mornings with Michael. Until then, don't just dance with time. Take the lead and live your life for the glory of God.